Hello, darling. Do you want to wave at them? Come in and wave at them. Quick. My wife's come down now. She'll wave at you because she wants to know why I'm still fucking downstairs. Come on. They won't see anything else. No.
Hello.
Hi, Tess.
Oh,
Hello.
Can't see me. Hello.
Yeah.
We're still recording.
Why is his headset glowing?
Why is his headset glowing? Because he's got a expensive headset.
Ooh, okay.
Actually, to be honest with you, they can't hear you, but it is recording. You can call him a motherfucker. Actually,
we can hear it.
in Tagalog.
Yeah.
In Tagalog.
Yeah.
What?
Talaga. No, but it's recording. You can call him something rude in Tagalog.
No, I don't do.
You do. Oh, well, you do rude to me.
You don't even know it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's the Year of Shame Challenge.
Hello, welcome to the final official episode of Year of Shame 5 2017. We've got a very special episode this month because we've got a full house. We've got
Yay!
every single participant, which is obviously a very strange occurrence. I think the last time we were all together was... Is it August?
Yeah.
It
Must be. Yeah.
It's pre-EGX, I think.
So I'm Linton. I'm attempting to host this month with a fair amount of guidance from Steve and Derek, accordingly. Which we have got Steve and Derek with us, and we've also got Trevor. So say hello.
Hey.
Hey. Hello.
Hello. I just want to start off, guys, by offering an apology for my absence over the recent months. No excuses for it. I've been very busy and very stressed at work and home life, so it's been put on a back burner for me. But nonetheless, the challenge for myself has been successful up to date, mainly because I don't turn the PlayStation on anymore. Although I did have a stint on Destiny, which I know you guys have spoke about, but not myself. I haven't had a chance to. We won't divulge too much into that anyway. Shall we fire straight into thoughts and feelings?
Yep, we can do.
Who's going first?
Well, I'll go first. Thoughts this one? Oh, Year of Shame. It's 2 weeks left. Yeah. What do you say? We've got this far. Fuck it. 2 weeks is nothing. I'm in a pretty good mood, mainly because it's Christmas. What else? I'm probably a bit under the weather just because of a cold, but I've been playing lots of games this month for a change, and looking forward to the new year because I've got my list of 3 or 4 games that I'm going to pick up and get back into it, and I've had a good year. That's it. That's all I can say. It's coming towards the end of the challenge, and I can see next year's lot coming online and getting their show ready, so I know it's close. It is literally 2 weeks today, I think, by the time we're recording, and then at midnight on 2 weeks today, it'll be like, fuck it all. So yeah, it's good. It's all gravy.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to the pilot episode. Is it released? Can we announce when it's going to be released? Are we allowed to do so?
Well,
We'll do it anyway.
When I was chatting to Andy online, I think it's going to come out January 1st. They've recorded, I think they're in the process of editing it, so it'll be out January 1st. For anyone that's interested, they're on at YoS Challenge 6. In fact, sorry, if you're listening to us, just replace 2017 with 2018 and a 5 with a 6 and you've got them. Same in the Facebook group. You'll find them.
Happy days, nice and simple.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like Steve says, it's still the last 2 weeks, so we're approaching the end finally, and I'm overjoyed to be so. Yeah, fuck Year of Shame. So yeah, I'm quite happy. We've managed to get all the way through. I've managed to hit my own personal challenges and complete those as well. So yeah, no, I'm very happy that we're finally coming to the end. What about you, Linton? How are you feeling?
Right, well, for me, like you guys said, fuck Year of Shame, and it's a serious fuck Year of Shame. It's every single thing I could possibly hold up to the fucking fucking thing. I've spent the past sort of, let's say, 8 months thinking if I need to reevaluate what my hobbies are and whether I should be a gamer or not, or whether I am a gamer anymore. And I think the reason I've been questioning that is because of the challenge, you know. And what I think I've realised recently is now I've had a chance to look at the games that have come out this year and what I'm going to be able to buy come 1st of January. I'm really excited, you know. So what I think I've realised is there's a reason why I've got a pile of games on my shelf that I haven't played. It's because I don't want to play them, not because of any other reason. Like, you know, because I've spent 12 months trying to motivate myself to play these games that I've got there, and I have absolutely no desire or interest whatsoever. And I was looking at it in the wrong way before, but I've seen the light, and I'm looking at things with a much clearer head, you know. I know it's a very serious sort of point of view to have from it, but at the end of the day, gaming for me is a bit of an escape, like. And there was a question last month, I think it's from Adamski, about whether it becomes an obsession or not.
Yeah.
I don't believe that it is an obsession for anybody, really. Well, not from my point of view, anyway. The obsession is it's the need to escape, really. You know, it's the ability to sort of fantasize. And
it's like imagining yourself as the lead character in a good book or watching a film or something.
Yeah.
One second, I don't imagine myself as some 16-year-old girl being splashed by water ever. So it's not all that.
Yeah.
Stop lying, Trev. Stop lying.
Okay, maybe on Tuesdays.
Well, that's it there. I mean, you know, some people read books, some people watch movies, some people watch TV. Obviously, we all do a little bit of that as well. But people that do that don't necessarily look at gaming as the same sort of media or escape.
Yeah.
Whereas we do, you know. And when that's taken away from you, you know, you sort of you realise how important that the ability to fantasise is. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from or not, though.
No, it's if you're looking at your pile and none of those kind of characters or roles in the games particularly appealing to you, you want something different, and the ability not to be able to get and just go and pick up a new game, and so that you've got that route of escapism. It's taken away. I can see where you're coming from, because that pile is probably there for a reason. You've just not played them because you've not, you know, they've not tickled your fancy at the time. Yeah, so it's just not being able to pick something up that you know might let you escape.
It's like I said, everyone has a different style of media that they use to do that, or a different style of entertainment. It's just that that's what we choose.
Well, at least the challenge hasn't broken you in that you are not wanting to play games every day, and you are wanting to get back into it. So.
It's certainly given me an epiphany, and how I'm going to control the way my source of media is obtained from that one. Yeah. You know, I don't feel like I'm going to have any desire to buy games day one anymore. I'll tell you what's taught me that. It's fucking Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yes.
That fucking game, that game was bought for £45 day one by my wife as a birthday present for me. I've played it once, realised it was a bag of shit, and since then it's free on bloody EA Access.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do that anymore. I am not going to see myself be burned again. I've got one little thing to say before we move on to Trevor, and it's half a confession. I don't see it as a confession because I've not broken a rule as such, but I have bought a game.
Oh.
And the only reason I bought it is because some kid on Facebook was offering out for a tenner, and you won't get it for less than like £25-30 from the shop still. Right. So I was like, bang, I'm having that. You know, there's no way I'm letting that slip. It hasn't been touched, it hasn't been opened, it's still there waiting until January 1st.
It's near purchase.
It's near Automata. Automata, yeah. I was going to buy it anyway.
Yes.
Saw it and he said £10 posted. I was like, bang, yes, thank you very much.
On what?
So that's
on the PS4
for the show. Yeah.
You motherfucker. No,
why, Trev?
Nothing.
What?
nothing because it's a lot more fucking expensive if you look at it anywhere else. But
Yeah.
Right.
my bastard, because it's sort of sneaks into my January list. But I'm a bit like Linton as well. There were those. I think the hardest bit for me to do this was having something new to talk about. Because let's face it, I pretty much am a stalwart for playing one game, and it just made me realise when I was looking at what, I was never going to clear my par, and I had no interest in necessarily doing that, but was to stop jumping on day one and spending 60 odd euros on a game. So the two I had to look at, which is going to be my first month's purchase, is obviously going to be Prey and Dishonored 2. That would have cost me nearly 100 euros, 120 euros. I can pick those up for 20. So that's what, and knowing Bethesda, Prey would have been broken anyway. So I'm going to pick it up in January for a stick in a fucking balloon. Because no one wants that. No one's interested in that.
Stick in the balloon. I love that.
Yeah, stick in the balloon. Moon on the stick. Oh, that's a long story. But no, there were times when I thought, Jesus Christ, you are still playing Fallout 4 and restarting it because you just weren't happy with what's happened again. So, I'm fucking happy. I've spent nothing this year. I've probably been the boring contributor with the same game.
You spent a wee bit on DLC.
I spent a bit on premium on World of Tanks, and that taught me another lesson because that's
the Necromancer DLC on Diablo.
That doesn't count.
It's only
count.
about £7. It doesn't count.
DLC didn't count. I didn't count, and I did.
Just I probably haven't got any games to insert into your list this month, so I want to correct you now.
Okay,
then. And then get it done and out of the way.
Okay, I bought the Necromancer DLC.
I don't know.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know, but hopefully Derek, Trev, Steve, you'll know. Has this been done before? Has anybody in previous years gone through the whole challenge without buying a game at all?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Was Jace? I can't remember. Jace bought Rocket League last year, didn't he?
Yes, and I'm sure he purchased something the first year.
No, it was Trials. No, not Trials. The car thing with the tracks and everything. Trackmania.
Don't worry, fucking
Trackmania.
Ollie will know. He's probably got some German spreadsheet at home where he's just fucking going through it after this, going, yes.
But no, I think no one's never gone. As far as I know, I don't think anyone's gone through without buying a brand new game.
Yeah, I think Trev deserves a round of applause for that.
Yes.
But then it's just because I am an obsessive about one particular game. I think Darren was on it last year when they did the thing they're talking about. Yeah, he could have played World of Tanks all year if he wanted to. He'd have still bought thousands of pounds worth of fucking board games though, but he would still just played World of Tanks.
I think we may get it next year with Gavin on Year of Shame. We could be seeing a year of Grand Theft Auto Online, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, when GTA 6 comes out, he'll be fucked.
Oh, well, he'll use his Joker.
Yeah, see, then he's failed.
Well, there is Red Dead as well, isn't there? If
there's
as much
is
as
it like Red Dead?
GTA
I don't know. If
Can he presume so? If he's well, we know how much of a GTA fan he is.
Apparently, in the last bill of GTA Online update, there is Red Dead Redemption 2 shit in it. That if you do some sort of heist and you use a Red Dead, there's a like John Marston's weapon in it. You get to have that in Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. Just saying.
No, it's a crossover.
Gavin.
Well, funnily enough, if you remember GTA Online, when you're creating your character, John Marston can be one of your.
I use John Marston as my character thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Use my daddy.
Yeah,
my
exactly.
granddaddy.
Yeah. That's it,
There's actually a mod in Fallout 4 that gives you a John Marston gun as well. Just to put that in there. It's a one-shot, one fucking kill. It's great. Just thought I'd add that.
It wouldn't be an episode of You Shame 5 without mentioning the Fallout 4, would it?
No, really, no.
I've lost. I've managed to lose Cosworth somehow, and trust me, I've wasted my time looking for him. He's not dead.
Are you that bothered?
No, yeah, because I need to tick him off the box so as I can say I've got all the fucking. And I lost him coming back. Thought he'd return to where I sent him to. Don't know where. Actually, I've got a sneaking suspicion I know where he is. Anyway, That's me. I'm happy.
Don't worry.
It's 2 weeks ago. I'm hardly going to fucking break in 2 weeks. Unless Fallout 5 gets released next week, which isn't happening.
I doubt it. And as for your admission there, Lint, I'm sure some of our colleagues in Germany might have words to say, but
It's just fine. I couldn't give a shit. I'm not going to take it down for a tenner.
with 2 weeks left, as long as you don't play it before the new year, fuck you, shame. I'll let you have it.
It 100% not going to open it at all. But I wasn't turning it down.
Yeah.
That's a good deal because that's on my list, and I can tell you now, it's a lot more expensive than you think. That game just doesn't come down in price, and I've looked at
No,
Amazon.
it's still like £30 at most retailers.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure something similar happened last year, that maybe AD or Neil bought something within the last couple of weeks or got a gift. I don't know. It got brushed under the covers. Who cares? Fuck you, a
Who
shame.
cares? We're almost at the end.
It's the end.
There are no rules to break anymore.
There was no Amiibo Gate this year or lottery winning friends, so fuck it. I think
No.
we've done okay.
PSVR purchases. Anyway, what's next? Tell me.
What we've missed.
What we've missed.
Fuck all.
Yeah.
What we've missed.
What have you missed me?
Oh yeah, I always miss you, man. All right
So
then.
if that's over to Trevor then, I suppose.
Yeah.
Doom VFR. It's Bethesda. More fucking Doom, basically.
Another Doom.
Oh
yeah.
no, it's actually, I think it's like a little standalone off mission.
It's a standalone thing. Yeah. No, it's a
It's a full
standalone game.
It's a full game.
Full game.
Oh yeah, no, but it's not
in VR.
it's not a classic. It's not the remastering of the other Doom to be in a VFR. You play the janitor or something, clearing up with the shit that's
I
going
don't know.
on.
I don't know.
Well, clearly no one's.
Apparently, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I won't be getting it. It's not. I can't do VR without like a cockpit or something to kind of anchor me down in. That's why I can't do Skyrim VR. There's no kind of anchor.
It's made by Bethesda. It's bound to be a great game. What could possibly go wrong?
I'm
with
not
it?
saying it's not going to be. It's just those kind of first-person games where you're not in a cockpit in VR kind of things make me get really motion sick. So I can't do them.
Oh, okay.
So things
Yeah,
like
I'm the same,
Battlezone or racing games or anything like that, I'm fine because you've got you're sitting in something and you've got cockpits around you, and it kind of anchors you down or anchors me down. I don't feel as motion sick then. Anyway, yeah. Go
So
on.
you weren't interested in it. Don't worry about it. Dead Rising 4, Frank's big package. I didn't get what this was. I've heard things about that it is a game, but it looks like a DLC pack with mini golf in it and shit. So, no.
Yeah.
Meh. Everyone's meh. Destiny 2, Curse of Osiris. I haven't heard a great deal about this.
Have you not?
No, not really. I sort of...
I think I detect a hint of sarcasm there.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to look for cats on Facebook, but apparently there is some problem with the DLC of Curse of Osiris. Have you guys got it?
Yes.
I do
What's the
have it, I
problem
haven't
with
played it yet.
Or is there a problem?
Well, no. The initial issue was that they, because they raised the level cap up to 335 from 305, it meant the prestige missions like Nightfall and the raid were moved up to 335, which meant that people that hadn't bought or hadn't got the DLC, they were level capped at 305, so they couldn't get a certain trophy for running Prestige Nightfall or Prestige Raid because they couldn't enter it. There was no possible way for them to get to it. Was there anything else, Derek? That was the main thing I got from it.
There was two achievements or trophies were locked out by the patch that they did. So,
Yeah.
one of them was trials. So you've got to meet the
Emissary or something.
The emissary, yeah, in trials, and you've got to either complete a Nightfall on Prestige or the raid on Prestige, and by locking both of those out and trials out to the higher level means you basically needed DLC in order to access content that was unlockable and achievements that were
Yes.
unlockable in the base game. So they basically locked out bits of the primary game, like a bunch of idiots that they are, and got
fixed it
a
now,
lot of
haven't they?
backlash. Yeah, that's been fixed. So they have fixed that.
See, I did think about this because I saw all the moaning about it, and as a gamer, I thought that's shit. But then also someone who works for a company that designs and delivers software, that trick's as old as anything. You know, you sell something to a customer and they want, can we have these dashboards? You can, but you did buy X, Y, and Z. You've got to fucking buy those first, fuckstick. But we've already got the dashboards. We just can't get it. Yeah, you've got to buy that. You didn't buy it.
It's the plugins.
Yeah, you know, there was part of me that chuckled.
There's nothing
thinking,
new, is it?
Yeah, I know that trick. I've done that many a time. It's just for the
The
purchase
thing is,
order.
they did the same. They did the same thing in Destiny 1, so they did the exact same thing.
I think it's just people had their heckles up because of the whole Battlefront 2.
I think it has. Yeah, it's like the whole gaming community has been kind of waiting for
The next,
companies to slip up, and they're still like that. I think. I think the communities at large are basically just looking for any excuse to go off on a rant at the moment. So yeah, it's,
pitchforks are at the ready, aren't they?
Exactly. Yeah,
Constantly.
Yeah, it's been bizarre.
I wouldn't say boo to the goose normally, but given I've got 240 characters, I can make a fucking point about fuck all, really.
Yeah.
Next one.
I won't comment
I'm not
anymore
pissing,
on.
I'm just filling up the glass.
I won't comment anymore on Curse of Osiris because I'll go into that in
What we've been playing.
Progress.
Okay. Yeah.
Progress.
Steep Road to the Olympics. It's a Winter Olympics game.
No idea it was coming out.
It's for
Completely under the radar.
apparently there's a Winter Olympics
Not
next
on
year.
radar.
I know that because I
Is
saw
it?
this game. Yeah, I don't know, somewhere in. Is it? It's not in Seoul. I can't
I
remember
think
now.
it's Japan. It's
So,
Japan this
so
year.
Is it in Japan?
when's that then?
Oh, if it was
It'll be January, February time, I think.
In the winter.
no, if this is
Let me see.
if this is Winter Olympics in Japan, I should have wrote to them and told them I know exactly what sort of characters they could have added to this, and I would have bought it. However, watching guys ski down in lycra, not fucking interested. However, not enough bikinis and not enough samurai swords and water pistols. Otherwise, yeah, would have been it. No. Sports games. I never get sports games.
You're right. Korea. It's in Pyeongchang, South Korea. Opening ceremony is on 9th of February. Closing ceremony is 25th of February.
Yep, that works
Next
for me.
year.
That works for me. There's some interesting bands from Korea. I'm aware of their work. Normally girls. Doesn't matter about it. I'll post one.
Watch it, the ice hockey, so that's all I'm bothered about Winter Olympics.
Ice hockey, it's just...
Unless they bring Eddie the Eagle out of retirement and shove him off down the ski slope. Good luck.
Ice hockey's just boxing, where an organised game sometimes spills out onto the fucking ice.
Yeah, and?
Oh, yeah, no, nothing wrong with that. Bravo team on the PSVR. You probably won't be interested. It's a first-person shooter again.
No.
Okay.
I didn't realise that was out. I heard it was coming out. Didn't realise it was out. No.
Fuck me. Hello, Neighbour. It's a stealth horror game. Bit cartoony. Xbox One, PC. I had a look at it. No.
I did see a trailer of that, and it does look quite interesting, but not enough to actually break me at the end of the year.
I haven't heard of it.
But you're not missing out. Loco Roco 2 remastered on PS4. No, it's got the word remastered
Really?
after.
Yeah.
I've got Loco Roco on my PSP upstairs.
The original Loco Roco's already been remastered and released, mate.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm not going to get it on PS4,
Same
but
with-
it's a great game on the PSP.
Patapon has been remastered
Yes.
and released as well. So
I didn't realise. I remember Patapon in the first one. I didn't realise they were doing Loco Roco too.
Mhm.
Oh, I might get the kids would love that. I think. Oh, I might look at that. Don't know.
Fuck me. I'll jump over Fallout 4 VR because that's a non-entity for me now.
That's just on Oculus at the moment, isn't it?
I know it's on Vive. It's not even Oculus. Though I noticed
I knew it was, yeah.
Currys were pushing out a PSVR bundle which they put Fallout 4 in. I thought, cheeky fuckers, someone's
Yeah.
going to be upset with that.
That was quite hilarious. I did look at that and everyone was like, oh, is this the VR one? It's like, no.
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 They're just trying to.
Yeah,
get rid
one of the
stuff.
guys in the office said, "Oh look, Trevor, have you seen? They're doing Fallout 4's on the PSVR." I went, "Nope, it's not. That's the old one." No, it is. Nope. Go Google it. Fuckstick. Trust me, if it was, I'd know. Akami HD? No. I mean, I like the Japanese games, but there's not enough in here to tempt me.
I'm tempted by that because it's actually a good price. It's 15 quid at most. I've seen it for. I know it's a third gen remaster now because it was originally PS2 and then they remastered it on Wii U and PS3.
Yep.
It's a game I've wanted to play for a while and I missed it the first couple of times. It's Clover Studios. Clover are actually really good.
It'll be a PSN Plus. Resident Evil 7 Golden Edition. I don't.
No.
Okay, that was quick. Linton, you like Resident Evil.
I'll be picking it up at some point now.
Cool.
Well, I might wait for the next DLC, which that gold edition doesn't include, I don't think. I saw some DLC advertised literally about 2 days ago.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, so it's I'll wait.
So you'll get the gold edition comes out this month, and then in about 3 months' time, the Game of the Year edition will come out, or something like that.
That's what I'll wait for. Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, Tiny Metal. I might have actually. This would have been a drunken purchase for me normally. PS4, PC, and the Switch. And it's just basically. There's another game like it. You just drive around in tanks and shoot shit. It's cartoony. Clearly, you're just all staring at me, so that's a no from all of you.
No idea.
All right, no.
That's a resounding no. So, is that really it for December?
Oh, 1 second, no. Steve has something
Oh
now.
God!
No. I thought I would do. I didn't think you'd mention Okami.
Whilst we're still on the subject of what we missed, obviously I put a poll out the other day on the Facebook group asking for opinions from the masses on what to purchase first.
What was the winner?
It was pretty unanimous. It was Horizon Zero Dawn. But I'm interested in to see what you guys are going to be picking up first of all.
Well, from that list, you had Peach.
Not from that list. That list was open for anybody to add whatever they wanted.
Well, can we save that for a bit later?
Yeah, because we do have a question.
There's a community
for that,
question about that as well.
Do we have a question for that? That's not a problem at all.
Just for interest's sake, where did Peach Beach Splash Party end up on your list? Because I know it got about 3 votes when I looked at it.
It came third.
Really?
Let's carry on, and I'll have a look.
Yeah.
Only fucking third? Miserable.
I'm looking at it now. It's Horizon Zero Dawn, Wolfenstein 2, and Senran Kagura.
There's no naked women in Wolfenstein. What the fuck's that about? You just shoot people.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
No, sorry. Let me correct that. It came second because I just voted for it as well.
Even better.
You just voted for
I
it.
just voted.
Should have come first.
It's now second.
Can I?
It's not a commitment
Hold
from
on,
me
there
that
we
I'm
go,
going
right.
to buy what's voted for. It was
Senran
just
Kagura.
It's
Oh, it needs
a
one
data
more
capturing
vote.
exercise.
It needs one more vote to put it to the top. That's
Right,
a
what
shame.
did I vote for? Let me just check.
You voted for
Well, it is at
Senran
the top now.
Kagura. Yeah.
Oh, damn it. I can't change my vote.
No.
Well, you didn't vote for it. Good.
I did
God.
vote for it. That's the
Okay.
thing. I can't change my vote from something else to Senran Kagura. I voted for it.
Funnily enough, it's actually joint first. From what
It's
I can
joint
see.
first. Well,
Yeah.
there you go, Trev.
There you go. There's
'cause I've
obviously
just
some
voted
class
for it.
people. Or just some weird people.
So, yeah, Senran Kagura. There you go. That's your purchase then. Lynn?
Class game. Class game. I've looked at all the videos and the playthroughs. Class game.
Yeah, is that it for this month then, Trev?
Yeah. That's quite cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Actually, then, Len.
Bizarre.
If
That's
you can't
surprising.
remember what we're
Back to
doing,
me.
yeah, if you can't remember what's
Poll
next
progress.
on the roster, it's
Poll progress.
Poll progress. You've been keeping
Yeah.
attention. Yeah.
Should I start?
Go on then.
You are hosting.
No, mate, fuck all progress. Carry on.
Okay, I'll do mine.
Alright,
I've just been playing Fallout 4. I've really fucking done nothing really. What was that game you guys recommended last month?
Skyforce Anniversary.
Yeah, I've been playing a bit of that. That's all right.
Good, isn't it?
It is good.
Yeah, and then I went back to Resogun because of it. Because I fell back in love with the PS Vita all of a sudden. So I played a bit of Hue and some other games, whilst the wife is watching another Princess Diana fucking documentary, and I have to keep going, yeah, whatever. So yeah, PS Vita, great piece of kit.
Is your missus happy about the whole wedding announcement? Oh, Harry and Meghan. Oh, she got you booked in for a hotel next May 19th.
Do you know what?
Are you coming across for the wedding?
My wife knows my opinion of royal fucking weddings. She made me watch The Last Fucker. What was that? What's the
Will and Kate?
Yeah. Will and Kate, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to get out of that. But it was on a Saturday, and the pubs weren't open quick enough, so I had to fucking...
No, it wasn't on Saturday. It was not on a Saturday because we got the
Friday,
day off
wasn't it?
work.
It was on Friday.
Yeah.
Well, it was on Friday,
Something.
which used to be my day off, and I had to fucking sit through that shite. So I had to go and get some alcohol in. So no, I don't know.
And then the selfish gits go and get married on a Saturday.
I know.
So we don't get a
It's
day off?
breaking tradition. I want another day off. That's the only
Disappointed.
reason I'm interested in it.
What's the point in them getting married if we don't get a day off?
Exactly.
Well, the purpose of getting married is to distract you from Brexit.
God, no,
You're not
don't start on
wrong.
that. Don't start on that, dude. This is not a political show.
No, it's not.
But let's just say...
But just don't worry. I'm just pissing myself laughing in the pub all the time.
So I'm looking to Derek and Steve to save this segment and give us some poll progress.
Yeah.
Me? I'll do it. I've actually played games this month.
Hey.
Last month I did next to fuck all. I was painting my miniatures, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Right, so I probably should
Painting
start...
your miniatures, what?
Painting my miniatures, my Warhammer. I was doing my Warhammer stuff.
That's not a euphemism. That's actually he was
I thought
actually
it was
doing
euphemism at first.
Oh, it's not that bad. I've been told it's slightly bigger than average. I just like the slight bit. But anyway, carry on. We'll go to the elephant in the room. Curse of Osiris on Destiny 2. It was... I'd had a bit of a break from Destiny because, to be honest, Endgame isn't brilliant.
Nope.
The raid stuff I sacked off because it didn't feel as necessary as on the previous version where you could get stuff that would get you up to light level. And the few times I had tried the raid, I had been teamed up with people from the clan. And it's not regular, our kind of core regulars, yourself, Derek, Kyle. I didn't have issues with anyone like that. There's a couple of people that had kind of coming in the clan. And I got teamed up with them, and they just fucked me up. So, I think the last time I did the raid, you were in the team, Derek.
Yeah.
And it was a certain person just wasn't fucking listening. He just would not listen. I was bashing out clear instructions. Everyone else heard it, and he's just stood there, not ignoring everything. Just like going, dog's middle, and he's just like, what the fuck? What?
You weren't shouting L1 at him all the time, were you?
It was pretty much.
It was pretty much the equivalent. Yeah.
It was very similar to that, except he wasn't fucking listening. And then he came back and went, "But you're not shouting clearly enough." And thankfully, Derek piped in and just went, "Yes, I could hear him. It's just he carried on doing it, so I rage quit that. And anyway, so I went on to I kind of left it for a bit at that point because I'd got all my characters. My 3 characters up to 305 and picked up Curse of Osiris because I'd got the season pass, whether it was allowed or not, but fuck, you're a shame, so I don't care. And it was nice having a new planet, a few extra weapons, but I'm bored of it already, to be honest. Just bored. I think Destiny is not the game for me, and to be honest, I'm actually really regretting picking it up as my, or getting it as the gift this year. It's just, I'm not into it, and I can see people's love for it, but I'm just not into Destiny. First-person shooters, AAA type things are not my bag anymore. So yeah, so Destiny 2 has been sacked off for now, unless anything interesting comes out on it. And for the rest of the month, I have basically ended the year as I started off. I have been going balls deep on Final Fantasy 15 because the last DLC was out, Episode Ignis. I hadn't played Episode Prompto or Comrades, the multiplayer thing. And there's been a whole load of improvements on the game. Still couldn't give a shit about any of the characters, but hey-ho. They recently released at the beginning of the month a patch to allow you to play any of the characters in games. So although you still control Noctis going around the world, as soon as you go into combat, you can switch between any of the 4 members of the team now, which is actually quite good. So it gives a bit of variety. But I've been basically finally platinumed that. Went through episode Prompto, I went through episode Ignis, both of which are pretty good. Really loved episode Prompto, actually, because the music on it was fucking awesome. And it gave a bit of a different spin, because it felt more like Dirge of Cerberus. It was more kind of gun-orientated.
Does that take you through his journey when he's on his own?
Yes, when he gets kicked off the train.
The train, yeah. Okay. That's
so
quite
it gives you that
interesting.
kind of story. And episode Ignis gives you what happens between Leviathan and how he loses his eye and all that, or his sight and all that kind of thing. And it's actually pretty cool as well. And I've basically been finishing off the end game on it. I think it's the first time I have completely rinsed the end game on a Final Fantasy, because I've gone through all the end game dungeons. I've got one left. It's a level 99 dungeon. My characters are all up at level 104, 105. I really enjoyed it. They've brought timed quests in as well. That used to be an online only thing, and I missed it out because I haven't played for a while. Played some Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. Got into that. Really enjoyed that. Went back to VR this month. Tried the Stranger Things experience. Fuck that. Seriously, fuck it. It's very short, only about 5 minutes, but I don't know if you've tried it, Derek.
No, I wasn't even aware of it.
Oh, there's a Stranger Things experience. It is 5 minutes. You go into Will's house with all the lights, and they're all kind of coming on around you, all the fairy lights. And you go through a room, and then the Gorgon shows up, and it was at that point, fuck it, I'm going. I tried the Last Guardian VR demo. Fucking brilliant. Really loved that. I just wanted to give Trico loads of cuddles. He's lovely. He's so good. He comes up close to you and all his little feathers are kind of fluttering away. That was really good. And then I also tried and really enjoyed it, Until Dawn, Rush of Blood. It's fucking brilliant. Sat down with my 2 little move controllers. It's like an on-rail shooter, but it just works so well. Yeah, that's it. That's all I've done this month.
So yeah, obviously, Curse of Osiris is something I picked up and played as well, and like Steve-O, I'm also bored of it already. Far too short, far too little put into it. There's not even any additional achievements. I mean, this is paid for DLC, and they don't even have achievements or trophies for it. Yeah.
I will admit, the only thing I liked on Curse of Osiris was the weapon fort. That was kind of interesting, but it got very grindy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, apart from that, I picked up and played a little bit of Warframe again, because it's got the Plains of Eidolon DLC. It's come out, so basically it's now, rather than being like a kill room shooter sort of thing, it's now got an open world aspect to it, which is quite interesting, but I'm too low level for it, so didn't really get much enjoyment.
Is that Warframe that was the freebie given away with PS4?
Still free, isn't it?
It's free to play.
It's always been free to play, yeah, so you can pick it up at any time. Warframe. It's pretty good. It's basically a third-person Destiny. Basically it's ninjas with guns in space.
Yeah,
I just deleted it for the 3rd time today. It was just I keep installing it and deleting it because I can see the appeal of it. I just don't like the art style.
Yes.
Have you not seen the Senran Kagura patch for it?
There's a Senran Kagura patch for Warframe.
Yeah, have you not seen that?
No.
No.
I'm joking. Of course, there's not. I can't believe
What it reminds me of is Guyver, like the 90s manga. That's what it reminds me of. Is Guyver. Yeah. Very cool. I do like it. But again, it's one of those ones you need to sink the time into, and I just can't see myself doing that. So I'll pick it up and give it another shot. But it's a free to play, so I'm not exactly overly worried about it. Apart from that, the only other thing I've been playing this month really has been The Witcher 3.
Yay!
So yeah, it's one of those I need to chalk it off. It's like Trevor and his Fallout. I never finished the main story on the hardest difficulty to get that achievement. So I started up a brand new campaign on Death March and played right the way through. 95 hours, I think it was. I put into it.
Really?
Yeah.
And definitely, you only started that last month, and you put 95 hours into it.
Like I say, that's the only game I played this month. Is literally
dude.
just The Witcher 3. So I burned through that like nothing on earth.
I did see your 95 hours odd on Witcher 3 because there was some guy posted something on Facebook. Either he's new or something. Went, I just played 20 hours in the game. Has anyone else played the game longer than that? I thought, you have clearly asked the wrong bunch of motherfuckers that question.
Yeah.
20 hours? Jesus Christ. I couldn't call that playing the game. 20 hours is just like a fucking demo, mate.
That's me over a weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. You're looking at guys playing the same game constantly for the last 5 fucking years, and you've got, I've just done 20 hours on the game. Can anyone beat that? Fuck yeah.
So I've nearly polished all of The Witcher 3 off. I've still got the DLC, which I'll hop back into at some point, and I didn't get 2 of the achievements, 2 of the trophies, which were the 2 that are related to Gwent, the card game.
Was one of them? Let me guess. What, the Baron? You found him hanging in the tree? Did you?
No.
You could have got that.
I've got that card. I got the card off the Baron. I didn't get the card off of Craig, and I didn't get the card off of Madman Lugos, but I was able to find his because you can. It looks like they've patched some of it where if you go to his room in his fort, you can actually find the card. You would have got one by playing him, but I'm still like 2 cards short of the total that I need to get that whole card collector achievement. So I'm going to have to create another new game and do a new game on it just to get those freaking
create another new game. What are you, an obsessive? I can't think of anyone that would just create a new game because they just didn't go well for them. God, that's just mental, especially on a hard level.
Although saying that, I do actually have a save that I kept just before the whole rescuing Seri, so I might just revert to that. Even though I've done a lot of the Gwent stuff after that, I might just revert to that so I can actually get all of the Gwent stuff, and then I just need to win the high stakes tournament, and that's me platinumed it. So
nice, dude.
It's
Good going.
Nearly there. But other than that, I can't think of anything else I've played this month. That's pretty much been it. Oh, no, that's not true. Ghost Recon, of course.
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to say that, dude.
Yeah, I took down the Predator in Ghost Recon.
That looks so good, that.
Fucking ace. Absolutely amazing.
I know I went on the beta and I didn't like it. I picked up that's something I missed on mine. I picked up the trial version this weekend. It gives you 5 hours free play, and you can tell they've done some work on it because the driving mechanics are not shit anymore compared to the beta. So if it comes down to a good price in the new year, I may pick it up. But I've been watching videos of that whole Predator thing. It looks fucking awesome.
It's just so... The atmosphere to it is just amazing. Because obviously, Wildlands is set in the same country that the original Predator movie was based in, and so they've dropped a little quest in, and you basically go to encounter this girl that's sobbing, surrounded by corpses, and she tells you that the jungle's come alive, and you have to hunt, trace it down, find the clues to track down the Predator, and it's got everything just perfect for it. So dialogue that you have with your teammates during the mission itself, when you finally encounter the Predator, it's repeating that back to you and stuff like that, and it's all around you, it's vanishing, it's appearing and roaring at you before disappearing up into the trees again. Occasionally you see it run by you and its invisibility. It's just a phenomenal set piece. Loved it, every second of it. So
I obviously can't do it on the trial because you need to unlock. Well, I'm still going around the initial area. I've watched it all on YouTube, the entire thing. It looks brilliant, and the fact that it's got the music from the film in there as well. It's just, I spent most of my time on the trial doing the character creation stuff, and then you're going through the character creating. It's got Billy's hat, got Billy's boonie, and Dutch's cigar, and then you can get the whole M16 with the grenade launcher. It's a shame it's only a timed quest. It's finishing early January, isn't it?
It is, yeah. But I can see it if it is popular, which I think it will be. I can see it returning at some point. But yeah, funnily enough, I mean, this was my gift back in April, and I still haven't finished the fucking game. So
Getting your money's worth then, mate.
yeah, exactly. So I'm stretching it out. But yeah, no, that's me. Yeah, pretty much just The Witcher 3 all month for me, to be honest.
Just a quick question for you, Derek. I know your main goal for the year was pile completion.
Yes.
I'm presuming you're not going to get much done over the next couple of weeks of Christmas. What was your final completion rate?
Right, my target completion was 30.4. My current total completion is 70.2.
Fucking hell, dude. You did do a math on a load of games, but that's beside the point. You've still knocked off your pile.
It's very much like what Linton was saying. There was games on there that I had, and the reason I never got around to playing them because I didn't want to play them because they were shit. So I had to go through it periodically. I think I did it 4 times over the course of the year. I went in and I gave it the map, and I gave it 20 minutes, and if it didn't grab me, it just got binned. And there was quite a few games that I picked up, and I gave it the benefit of the doubt, and it was just shit. So yeah, it's I would say probably about a quarter of the stuff that I've cleared off has actually been just shite that I've just dumped because there's no way I'm going to play it ever. But the rest of it has obviously been games that I've tried to hammer off as quickly as possible.
That's some incredible progress there, mate. You've done well.
So I put my total games in my pile of shame down to about 100 games in total. And a lot of those are like Vita games. I think at least 3/4 of them are PS Vita games. So, yeah, I'm fresh-footed coming the new year.
Sweet.
Happy days. What's next? Can someone tell me?
Well hosted. It's community questions, I think. So
Yeah.
if you want to introduce community questions, and then Derek will actually do them. So not that I'm stealing your thunder here.
So, moving on, we're going to go into community questions. And Derek is going to lead us into that. Thank you, Derek.
Well, to be honest, we do actually have a holdover question from last month. Because we did say in the last recording, we got a last-minute question put in by Ollie. So we didn't get the chance to actually answer it. Apart from asking how Trev is, because obviously he now knows, because Trev has now been back for 2 episodes, he asked us, he was a believer of the Nintendo Switch from the first day. Yeah, weren't you, Ollie? Yes, you were, weren't you? Some are still sceptics. Has your opinion of the Switch changed over the year? And, as an addendum, what would be the dream game you'd want on there to take on the go that would make you buy it? So, if we answer each of those in sequence. So, let's start with Trev, I think. So, has your opinion on the Switch changed? And what game would you have to get on there?
Okay, then. I'll take Comedy Trev's hat off. So, I am not 6 routine is just a piss take. I appreciate that the Switch is a great piece of technology. The games on it weren't for me because I had no investment in Nintendo. So Skyrim's come out. I've heard some good things about Skyrim. A Skyrim Fallout 4 would not be something that would inspire me to buy it because I already have those games. However, if CD Projekt Red did something new like Cyberpunk, was it 2077? Mm-hmm. If that came out on the Switch, that would tempt me because I believe in them as a developer. I think they're a great developer. I think they treat us well. I mean, you look at The Witcher 3. It wasn't DLC that they released. They released complete new fucking games.
Yeah.
So they're all standalone. So I understand the Switch is a great piece of technology. If there was a game that appealed to me, now I admit Senua Kagura is coming out on the Switch. That's not enough to tempt me on. But if it was a new title from Bethesda or a game that I would invest my time in, then yeah, I would buy a Switch. Might get PSVR before then, though.
I think PSVR would be your better bet.
Yeah, and in a way, I think it probably would be. But not Skyrim. I've heard some bad things about Skyrim and PSVR.
Yeah.
About the anchoring and how it works. But I don't know. great piece of technology. I already have I do actually have a Nintendo account, believe it or not. Yeah, because I was drunk and I set it up. I would. And I know it's Ollie just poking fucking fun at me.
So, Linton, your view of the Switch.
Okay.
Thank you.
My opinion of the Switch. As a home console, it does appeal to me. I still think that the portability is a gimmick. But that's only my opinion because I don't travel on public transport or anything like that. As a home console, yeah, I mean, Mario appeals to me, Zelda appeals to me, Mario Cross Rabbids appeals to me. But it would take a pretty significant price drop for me to actually go and purchase it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I haven't got the disposable income to drop £300 on it, if I'm completely honest with you. But yeah, there are games on the Switch that really do, especially Mario Cross Rabbids, because I love those top-down grid-based strategy games like that. Those are like my favourite genre of games. So gutted to be missing out on that, but not enough to go and drop that amount of money that they're currently selling for.
This is the thing. I mean, I'm of the same opinion as you. It just doesn't have the appeal for me just yet. Not because the games themselves don't appeal, but because I just feel that it's just not the right time for me at the moment for the Switch. I played the Mario vs Rabbids Eurogamer, and it's XCOM in all but graphics and characters. That basically is exactly the sort of game that we both like. The only issue I have with the Nintendo Switch in saying I'll wait until it drops in price is it has to be a hardware price drop, because the software never fucking drops in price.
No, exactly.
It just does not drop its price at all. So I'm of the same opinion. Yeah, all of the games that are out just now, or most of the games that are out just now, do appeal to me, but just not enough for me to invest in a new platform. So what about you, Steve-O? Any interest there?
There is. I definitely think my opinion of the Switch has changed over the year. Like yourself, more specifically when we went to EGX and I actually got to try hands-on on it. There are a couple of games on there that I'd be interested in. The fact that we saw Rogue Trooper Redux running on it, quite like that. Mario Rabbids, quite interested in that. Whether I would get one, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I primarily play on my PS4. I have an Xbox, and that's fallen to the wayside. Whether I can justify spending £200-300 on a new Nintendo console, then it just sitting there most of the time.
That is my sort of major concern. I have the PS Vita, which I love. That it's another piece of great kit, but obviously Sony fucked up with software for it. I've only picked it up recently because of the Year of Shame and for playing games. You know, some of the games you suggested which are cross-buy. I don't really want to end up buying another game where my main console, where my main trophies are, is the PlayStation. To pick up, say, something like Skyrim, when I've already played Skyrim on the PS3, I've got it on the PS4, I've got it on the PC. Do I need to have it on another console?
I don't think there is one app that would justify it. You said it yourself, the whole Skyrim thing, that would have probably been the app that would say that I would say would make it for you, but you can't justify a system off of one game, I don't think.
Yeah.
I struggle with handheld stuff anyway, in that when I'm out and about, playing games isn't my priority. I take books with me, I listen to music, I don't play gaming on the go. My mobile gaming is Marvel Puzzle Quest, and that's about it. So that whole mobile functionality of it is nothing. I don't say it doesn't interest me, it's just I wouldn't use it.
Yeah, I can tell you for a start, lap dancers and strippers really get fucked off when you're playing something else. You're going, are you not looking at me? No, I'm playing Senua Kagura on this little thing here. Look, I can jiggle her breasts and the bouncers don't jump on me for touching her. So yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, so that answers Ollie's question anyway. So,
sorry we didn't get that last month, Ollie.
Given what you've just said, Steve, I'm going to bounce about a bit in these questions. I'm not going to read them in specific order.
No, that's cool.
But what I'm going to say is, the question I've got here is from Stevie Allen, Games 24/7.
All right.
Do you think this experience will change your buying habits from here on out? The urge to go nuts on January 1st will be strong, but does it defeat the purpose of the challenge? So I'll answer this one first. I think it has changed my buying habits. I was very easily swayed by the hype. Very, very easily swayed by hype. And the one thing that I've found going through the course of this year is there's so many games that the hype was so high about, and I had sitting saying, I need to pick this game up in the new year. And then by mentally challenging myself by saying, well, if I can't remember it without it being listed, then it can't have been that great a game in the first place. Is limited, like what must have been about, I don't know, a dozen, 2 dozen games that have been out this year that have been hyped up to the max, down to probably about half a dozen games that I now say this is games that I actually genuinely want to pick up that I've missed out on this year. So I think it has changed how I approach games and my buying habits, because I'm not going to be jumping in day one on everything. And the urge to go nuts on January 1st, yeah, I'm probably going to pick up quite a few of the games that I missed over the course of the year. But typically I'll be looking to see if they're in a January sale first. I won't be just diving in and going, right, this game was released in February of last year, I'm going to pay 50 quid for it. If it's not reduced and if it's not on sale, then I probably won't pick it up. If I can pick it up physical for cheaper, then I might do that. But there's like a half a dozen games that I know I want. And that's I'm hoping to carry this forward into the new year to stop myself from buying into the hype so much. So I'll hand over to Stevie first. What about you, Stevie?
The challenge has already changed my buying habits, as I kind of previously touched on. I feel as though I wasted my gift with Destiny, and it just goes to show that jumping onto the hype is wasting your money. I really regret getting that now. I don't think there'd be anything else that I would have asked for, but come January, yes, there are some games this year I want to play. I have a list, but I'm not going to be purchasing them all straight away. I think next year and going forward, apart from a certain few key franchises, Final Fantasy obviously, Ace Combat will be one, Monster Hunter when it comes out, I am not going to be dropping day one full price on stuff. A lot of the games I'm interested in, I will not be purchasing unless they hit a sweet spot of £25 and below. Last year, I would have just gone, yeah, I fancy playing this. I would have bought it no matter what. I think this year has knocked the hype urge out of me. Because I would have spent a shitload this year. I mean, you look at the beginning of the year, our first 3-4 months, there were so many AAA games coming out, and things that people were jumping on left, right, and centre. You had Horizon, you had Yakuza, Persona 5. If I hadn't been on the challenge, I would have got all 3 of them, and I would not have finished them. Not because I wouldn't have enjoyed them, it's just because I wouldn't have had the fucking time to do it.
Yeah, you forget about them, lose where you are.
And I'm looking at them now, and yes, not Yakuza, Persona 5 is holding its price very well. The last time I looked on Amazon, it's still 50 odd quid. Horizon is it's still about 30 odd pounds, but some of the others that I would have been interested in, like Sniper Elite 4, that's down to £24. Evil Within 2
as well.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm going to talk to you about it in a bit. Evil Within 2, if I'd have jumped on that day one like I did the first one, that's 40 quid. It's in the sale on PSN now for 20 quid. You can regularly find it for less than 25.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking next year, I'm going to set myself the rule. If it hits the £25 spot for a single player game, unless it's one of my key franchises, I'll consider it. If it hits 20 quid, it's a straight on, I'll buy it straight away. Come January, I do have a list of games that I'm going to get, and thankfully they have all hit the sweet spots on Amazon. If they stay that way, I will be getting them. There is one game I will definitely pick up if Trev gets it.
Is it about shooting the balls off of Nazis?
Yes, it is.
I'm aware of this game, and it might be on my wish list as well.
I will pick up on January the 1st Sniper Elite 4. If you do, Trev, because I think I would like to go through that on co-op. Yeah,
Well, with me, is it L1? If you keep shouting
no,
L1
I won't be
without
shouting
telling me
L1.
what
I
L1
will
means.
not be shouting L1 because it'll be more like you shouting at me for not listening for airplanes every 30 odd minutes. And
It's actually 23 seconds.
23
mate.
seconds,
I've got the
whatever.
book. I show you the book. It doesn't work. It
you'd
doesn't
be like,
work.
stop breaking fucking cover. And I'd like to
No,
go.
but you'd hate it because I'd have already set up the booby traps before we start shooting. You'd be going, "What are you doing?" Because I know how they're
and I'm going
run.
in Leroy Jenkins because I don't understand.
And I'll have the book out going, "Look, I've done this before. What they do is they run down from the left to the right. We booby trap now. Yeah,
Right,
okay.
20,
No,
yeah.
that is
So, yes,
another one.
That is one of my. Have we got a subsequent? I've looked at our list of questions. Have we got a list? Have we got a question about list games we're getting in January?
I believe
I was
we
going
do.
to post that question.
Yeah, I believe
There
we
is-
do.
Well, you
have
can ask that.
question.
You can ask that in a bit. Then.
Yeah.
That's your.
Although I will say, guys, if that's something you're interested in, but you're interested in more balls deep, have any of you guys got Zombie Army Trilogy?
No.
No.
I can recommend it. It's exactly the
That's
same
Rebellion
game
as well.
It's
Rebellion.
It's the same game, but you're shooting zombies instead of Nazis. You're shooting Nazi zombies.
So, quick overview for you. Now that you're back from your piss, listeners, he went for a piss.
So much
I
for
can
not
edit this stuff.
breaking the fourth wall. I put it in a message so you can carry on regardless without, acknowledging that I'm away. And the first thing you say is, you go for your piss.
old man with the liver and kidney condition. I need to go for a quick
Okay,
piss.
Yep.
you go
Just
for
recap
piss.
what
You go
said.
for piss. We'll go to
Oh,
Linton.
quick, I've
So
got
you
to
fuck
sing.
off for your piss. As long as you're not doing a sit down when you do the actual record. He's fucked up. And also as well, it's the last episode, so fuck Year of Shame. Fuck it. So brief recap for you. Yes, it's going to next year. I'm fine. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Linton.
Yes, I think we're all obviously guilty of buying into the hype and then not opening the game or playing the game to an extent where it's worth the fact that it's been dropped by 50% by the time you actually get round to playing it or making any sort of progress on it.
Yeah.
That obviously I've learned from that a huge amount. Not to say that there won't be the odd game that I do pick up day one in future. Mainly something that's online based that I can see that the friends that I play with will be going balls deep into, because those sort of games you need to really, don't you, because you make the sort of progress, it's all time based progress, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're not there and you're making that sort of progress with the people you're playing with and you get left behind, you lose interest in it, and then so on and so forth. In terms of buying habits, much like what you two just said, that's pretty much sums it up for me as well. When January hits, basically when people have been asking me what do you want for Christmas, I said just get me a game voucher because there's nothing else that I want. So it's just the easy option, isn't it? Just get me a game voucher and that'll do. So I will have a bit sitting there, and it probably would be tempting to splurge, but like Steve said, unless something's hit the sweet spot, i.e. £20 or below, where I think, well, that game's not going to be that cheap again for the next 6 months or whatever, i.e. Evil Within 2, something like that, I may pick that up. But at the same time, I'm not going to lose any sleep over not picking any of the things like that up.
Yeah.
I've got an idea in my head, maybe 3 games I'm going to pick up come January, but we're going to lead on to that in the next question or a couple of questions along the line, aren't we? So, yeah. Trevor, what do you reckon?
I think it goes back to something that Digi said probably at the start, when we were looking at what we'd saved. I'm talking about a couple of games. I looked at, if I'd have bought Dishonored 2, Death of the whatever, and Prey, that'd have been 120 notes. Now I can pick them up for 20. And they're not online games.
£12 I saw the other day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I'm tracking the fucking.
I know. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
You think
But that's
4 months old?
and that's right. That's the point.
Yeah.
it's less than a year old, and it's sub £15. And if you jumped on it day one, you would be paying £40 to £45.
Easy, yeah.
One of the games I've been looking at is The Surge, and that was a tenner in August the other day.
Yeah, that's
I think it's £8.99
it's
on
crazy.
Amazon right now.
Absolutely crazy. I mean, just to sum up what Trev's saying there, I mean, if you think about it, if we'd bought one game a month right? Which is literally the minimum we would normally buy anyway.
Yeah.
You're looking at £600 over the course of a year.
Yeah.
And that's effectively what we've saved in doing this. Minimum what we've saved in doing this.
Actually, I'll do it for the January show. I'll calculate exactly how much I would have spent and how much those games are worth now. Maybe we should all do that. But,
That's a good idea, actually. I like that idea.
I'll have a look at that.
Because I reckon that I'd have probably been £1,000 in the hole by this point of the year, and games that would have stuck on my pile. Now I've listened to you guys talk about Destiny. Now Destiny might be a game I wouldn't buy now, and I would have bought the. It's still now nearly 100 notes for the Destiny with the season pass. So
£90 I reckon
I reckon I've saved myself £1,000 at least this year.
Yeah, yep.
It also comes back to something from last month when we did this, when it was what games would you buy, and I had to go back to the fucking list to remember what games I thought about buying. I forgot what Prey was.
Yes.
And I think that's endemic, that I'd have bought Prey, I'd have bought this, I'd have bought that. But you asked me at the end of the year, what games have you missed? And I'd have to go and get the list out to see what games I would have bought.
Once the hype peak has gone, and that hype has gone, it's just it fades into everything else.
I only had opportunity to buy 2 games this year. I feel like I've missed out on one of those because of the mistake of buying a game that failed, you know.
Yeah.
And whereas if this was this time next year or the year before, it wouldn't have hurt so much because I could just go and buy something else.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why my mindset has been changed, and like I'm not going to have my ankles burnt again, like I did with that. You know?
Yeah.
I understand that. That's exactly the point. You know, you'd have bought that game, it'd have just gone on the pile, and you'd have moved on to the next thing. But this, because you're restricted, you're thinking, I have to play this sack of shit. And you know, it's the same as Digi. I did the Matt thing, thinking, why was this on the pile for such a long time? Oh, I know why it's on the pile for such a long time. This is horrible.
Yeah.
Not shit. I don't want to say that games are shit because some poor fucker had to develop it, but you just go, yeah, not for me. This is just not my sort of game.
Exactly. That's it. Yeah. So,
But we go back to it. I'll invest in when Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out. That will be a first day buy for me, and that will be a special edition because I'm invested in that.
right.
I'm wondering what the special is. I'm hoping the special edition comes out with limited edition chaps. Then there's you, just there.
Okay, and I'll wear them at EGX with my ass hanging out. Keep Matt away from me.
Your arse hanging
I
out,
think-
and your men's kind of tenor pants on top of it.
No one wants to see a 50-year-old scrotum swinging around, man.
Not your scrotum.
Trust me.
And it comes out like a
What,
fucking...
Surely it must be dragging along the floor rather than just hanging about.
Jesus Christ.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like I said back in March, you
like
could
a space
pull that
hopper.
over your head and it's like a paraglider suit. Fucking that job.
No one wants to see that dragging along the ground. It'll just be a warning sign for all of you. It happens to all of you. Yeah. You get
Your
hairs
scrotum's
growing out
like-
of bizarre places, and your scrotum grows.
It's like a
And
ghillie suit. It's a barber's ghillie suit. You could roll that
If
over
you
your
want,
head. You're in the
I'll
corner, and someone thinks it's just like a fucking pile of dirty old hair, and it's just there. You're in the ghillie suit.
I'll plait my old grey pews and chuck them over my shoulder.
And despite having it, he still managed to fall over and break his shoulder.
It's that's because he tripped over his balls.
Yeah, I had to carry them as well. If you're going to fall over, what do? Do you let your balls hit the step first, or do you grab your balls? The arm takes the hit.
He thought his shoelaces were undone, but it was basically pubes dragging along the ground.
Hey, I took a hit to my liver and kidneys to save my bollocks and my pubes. Come on.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, so I'm going to give us quite an easy one to answer because those ones have all been quite long. So this is kind of one we all can answer. Will getting a game as a gift for Christmas make the challenge a failure if birthday gift and Joker has been used?
I said no.
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 Well,
Really?
Right. I saw this question beforehand. And I've thought about it. If you have put something on your list to say, yes, I'd like a game for Christmas, and someone gets you that said game, then yes, that's a failure. But if someone has bought you a game not knowing about the challenge, and they've genuinely got you it thinking, yeah, they're doing the right thing, at this stage of the game, you can't say someone's failed it for that just because a unknowing grandparent has bought you a game.
See,
they don't know about the challenge. They don't know what's going on. As long as you don't
right,
play that game,
hold on.
fine.
So let's define that then, because what you're saying is different to what the question is. So
right.
yeah, I mean what he said is, well, getting a game. So yeah, I agree. If you get the game, it doesn't
if
classify.
If someone knows
as...
you're on the challenge and you've asked for that game, or people that know you're on the challenge have got you a game, then yes, I'd say that was a failure. But if it's someone that doesn't know about the challenge and has got you something, say it's like a cousin or a grandparent, they don't know the challenge, they don't understand it, and they've got you a game thinking they're doing you something a favour, but they don't really understand what's going on. You're saying, I'm not buying games for a year, so they go, oh, I'll get you a game for Christmas. I wouldn't say that as a failure, as long as you don't play it before January 1st.
Well, that was a stipulation I was going to make, is if someone gifts you a game, then yes, announce it on the show, which we would do anyway.
We would do.
But we would also say, well, it's going in the back of a cupboard, locked in a box, behind a pair of socks that have not been washed in 5 months, so I go near it. I can see the point he's making. Yeah. And yes, it's a bit unfortunate if that sort of thing happens to you. I mean, I can't see it happening to me, because I've told everybody, don't buy me games. If you're going to buy me anything, buy me credit, which is what I've done. And so most people that would normally buy me a game have instead bought me credit, either for Amazon or for the PlayStation Network.
At this stage of the challenge, we're 2 weeks away. We've done so well, and for someone to inadvertently fail the challenge for you, I think would be very unfair.
I think, like Derek said, it's maybe not the receiving of the game; it's what you do with it once it's been received.
Yeah.
You think I've got to. Well, how long? You got a week left after receiving it. I don't think it's that much of a major issue, really, as long as you're not playing it.
Okay, so let's go for another question. This is a nice, easy one.
You're a shame.
Out of all the games, I don't think that is a game, but out of all the games you intend to catching up on, what will be the first game you play? So your answer is fuck, you're a shame. It's not a game I've heard of. But anyway, Lynn, we'll open it up to you. What's the first game, come January 1st, you're going to say, I must play this?
It's going to be Horizon, I think. Horizon Zero Dawn. It's probably the only one that's really stuck out to me throughout the whole year. I keep seeing things and thinking, yeah, I really want to play that.
Yeah.
Either that or Hellblade. Now, Hellblade's really appealing to me, but there's a lot of people discussing Hellblade at the moment because of the drop in price.
Yeah, yeah.
But Horizon, that's right up my street, that is. So, yeah, it's probably going to be what I go straight into. I'll have a few days off after the new year, all to myself. And I'll just, put a bit of time into that, so
delve into that world.
Yeah.
I
did it with Final Fantasy. I did it with Final Fantasy 15 at the beginning of this year. Just spent a couple of days and got lost in it because I don't get much time to do that sort of thing. So perfect opportunity.
Yeah. I think your choice is perfect for the situation you're in. It is perfect escapism. I've not heard anyone say a bad thing about Horizon at all. It's gotten rave reviews. Everyone we know that's played it has not had a bad word to say about it. Yeah. So that's a good choice, dude.
Yeah, I mean that's a game that's been on my radar since February, and it's one that I've never forgotten that I want to have. So
because you missed out on it quite badly, didn't you? Because you had it pre-ordered at a really decent price.
Yeah.
Which you cancelled, and I was gutted for you about that, mate.
Yeah, I'd managed to get it for 20 quid, which is still cheaper than what it is right now. So
it's held its price really well.
Just one of those things. But yeah, no, that'll be the first game that I pick up. Will be Horizon Zero Dawn as well. Trev, what about you?
Well, actually, Hellblade was another one on my list, just so as I could struggle with the other voices in my head. But Dishonored 2...
Who was that?
Yeah, who's that? Is that a voice from the game, or is it just one of my other? Dishonored 2, Prey maybe, Prey's there, but Sniper Elite 4 is also there. But I'm not going to splurge on games because I know time constraints. Why buy 6 games when I know I can only do probably 2 in a month?
Okay, let's redress that, and I'll rephrase it to get an actual answer out of you here, Trev. If you could only buy one game, what would it be?
Oh, fucking hell. I'll give you 2. It'll be Dishonored and Sniper Elite. I can't give you one.
He's going to flip a coin. He'll flip a coin and go,
because
it's Dishonored.
I figured I can probably do Dishonored in a day.
Yeah.
The way I play that game. I could do that in a day. Whereas Sniper Elite, I'll spend months sitting there working out how long the airplanes take to come over, how long it takes for that, how many steps that guy takes to go from that place to that. Does he tilt to that guy? So Sniper Elite 4 I'll pick up because I'll probably be playing that for 6 months.
Fair enough.
That'll probably take me up to Red Dead Redemption.
Fair enough.
Or Nier, but now I know that someone's bought the 10 quid version of Nier. Fucker. Nier. I could get her probably naked.
Oh,
yeah.
So,
but I'm not going to go overboard.
It just leaves it for you, Steve. What would be your day one must-play game, the first game you have to play?
I don't know. I've got a list of 3 or 4 that I want to play New Year. Thing is, with Monster Hunter coming out at the end of January, I know I'm going to be buying that first day one.
Yeah.
But there are still 3 games I want to play, and they're dropping to a lovely price at the moment. There are sub 25 quid, and one is sub 15, and one is 20. And I still stand by my 3 from last month, and that's Crash Bandicoot, Wipeout Omega Collection, and Sniper Elite 4. I want to play all 3 of them.
But you have to choose one.
Equally.
Yeah.
I'd like to do Sniper Elite 4 with Trev co-op. It's just because it's £24 on Amazon over here. Now, fucking 24 quid. That is a nice price for me. And the amount he raves on about it. And no, me and Trev have very similar views on a lot of things. And same with you, Derek. The whole 2000 AD, Fallout, all this kind of thing. We've got very similar taste. So I know if Trev likes it, I know I will like it.
It's shooting the testicles off of Nazis. What
exactly.
do you not dislike about that
Exactly. But Crash Bandicoot and Wipeout make Wipeout. It's just had that VR thing announced for next year, and I fucking love Wipeout.
Yeah, but the question is, can that wait till the end of January?
It can wait.
So then
that's constantly been less than 15 quid.
But the question is, out of all the games you intend to catch up on, what will be the first game you play? No, only me and Sam have actually answered the damn question.
So listeners, 12 months into it, Derek has realised that none of us really answer a straight question.
No.
I'm like Trev. I've got 2 games.
No, I can't give you
games.
one.
It depends
I'll
what
give you
Trev
6.
does. Right. If Trev gets Sniper Elite January 1st, I will be getting Sniper Elite 4. If he holds
you have
back,
to remember, it'll take me 6 months to download the fucking thing with my internet.
If he doesn't get that day one, I'll be getting Crash Bandicoot.
There you go. Right, okay.
There you go.
It won't be day one for me, mate. It'll
There's a
take
definitive
ages to
answer.
download that fucking thing.
Okay, so moving on to the next question. Who from previous years do you think had the hardest time? At the moment, getting you guys to answer a question, I'm going to answer me. So, who from previous years do you think had the hardest time?
Does that mean an individual person or a group?
I'm thinking the phrasing of the question, I'm thinking individual person.
None of them. We've had a shit year.
See, it's hard to quantify, really. Because, I mean, I would say Jace is probably a high contender there, but even at that, though, he did it intentionally, and he took the challenge that way.
He?
Yeah. So he never, it's not like he suffered.
He knew what he was getting into.
Exactly.
He went in with the mentality that he was going to bring it back to basic.
Who from previous years do you think had the hardest time? Who
I think
got
Neil
the
and
hardest
Alf
time?
last year.
Yeah, I think who got the hardest time? I would say Terry for his mysterious toner. He got the hardest time. But certainly who had the hardest time? Yeah, I would vote Neil as well. I think Neil found it a bit of a slog last year, and I know he did have some real dips. But he made it through it.
Neil's
yeah.
a very social gamer, isn't he? And he's always on with the competitive multiplayers that we're on usually.
Yeah.
And for him missing out on those, I know he found it very difficult. So I'd vote for that.
If it was group wise, I would say year 4 and us have both equally had it hard. The reason I'm justifying that is that year 1. They had the whole trading in games kind of thing, so they could keep buying new stuff.
That's right, yeah.
Years 2 and 3 went a bit wappy with Amiibo Gate and all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And with year 4 bringing it back to basics.
And last year was quite a big year for games as well.
It was quite a big year. And knowing people like AD, who with his... he does reviews for This Is Xbox, so he's quite in this game. Neil being quite a sociable gamer. They had it quite tough, but I'm not saying we've had it tougher. We've jumped on their mentality of keeping it basic, but we had quite a big AAA hit at the beginning of the year. It was kind of bam, 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 all these games.
Yeah.
But we were running off of their tailcoats, so we knew that we had to kind of keep that mentality up.
Especially all of them completing it. I mean, I think that last year was the first year that all of them completed the challenge successfully.
They set a challenge for us.
Yeah.
So I
set
think
the bar high.
Set the precedent, yeah. What you've also got to consider is the generation of console at the time as well. I mean, obviously, 5 years ago, your PS4 and your Xbox Ones, they were obviously supported and the games being developed, but not to the standard or the volume that they have been in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
And that's just because of the age of the generation, isn't it?
I think we have to give a mention to Colin for being clearly the worst guy who's ever done.
He's a try.
I don't
he
know.
was a
fucking
try.
twice and failed,
yeah.
and is still trying to do it this year and fucking failed.
Yeah, I think him and Terry are kind of
motherfucker.
on par for that award, or of least successful year of shame challengers. To be honest, but yeah, I see what you mean, Stevie, about this year, because if you remember correctly, the Year of Shame 4 guys all came out and went, shit guys, yous have picked the wrong year. And they were saying that for a good 4 months at the start of this year, because there was just so many big games coming out and there was just so much hype.
I had to run 2 Bethesda releases and Peach Beach Splash Party. Come on. That's 3 big games.
Trev.
You could have bought all of those, though, Trevor.
You could have done. Could have got Peach Beach Splash Party. That would have been your Joker. But no, you decided to go.
No, I was gonna do it clean.
Exactly.
And fair play to
I was going to go cold turkey.
So, given that, and it was who from previous years, I think we've pretty much concluded that year 4 are the champions for having the hardest time.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
They took it back to basics.
Yeah.
Second to us, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we can't vote for ourselves, unfortunately.
I can. I'll vote for us then.
This question comes in from Kev, Drunk Rogue. Do you think you've learnt anything from your year of shame, and would you ever take part in another? I will be the first to say, fuck year of shame.
Fuck year of shame.
Not going to happen again.
It's your second. The thing is, for two of you, Derek and Trev, this is your second year of shame attempt. So
yes,
you did it year one.
I did year one.
Trev
That's
did
right.
it year one. Did you do year one? You attempted it year one.
Who said it? Is it? What's the American guy that you need to refresh the tree of patriotism every so often? I can't think. It's late and I've been drinking. It's not Benedict Arnold, but every so often you have to come and refresh it. I listened to Darren on D5120. He's only just finished his year of shame, 5 years after he started.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll still dip back into it. I've still got fucking... What's that game you like?
Who are you pointing to? Because there's 4 of us on screen.
I'm using my cock to point at you. Final Fantasy. I'll probably finish that next year.
Which one?
Any of them.
15?
What was the last one? I've only bought one because it wasn't a.
Which one? There's 5.
15 was the last one.
12.
Huh?
15.
The one with the girl with the tits
15.
at the
15.
station.
15.
Yeah, that's right. That's the only way I can remember that game. Girl with the tits. Yeah, I remember that one. Japanese game. Girl with tits. Yeah, I'll keep going with this. Yeah. I might continue that one.
Well, to answer that question,
well,
I think it's a unanimous vote, isn't it? And it's fuck no. Would we do this again?
Well,
No.
No.
I wouldn't do it again.
Okay. I'm clearly next year. I'm going to be sitting next to Ollie from Germany and being a fucking troll for next year's lot because I think I've deserved the right to do that. So, Year of Shame 6, you're going to get it in the fucking ass next year. I am going to be coming down on you like a fucking shit when it comes to rules. So, yeah, don't expect any sympathy from me because I've fucking done it. So, yeah, fuck Year of Shame.
I think we've answered the question about have we learned anything from Year of Shame as well.
Yes, we've learned it, never to do it again.
Yeah, we've learned it's not fucking worth it.
And the other thing that we've learned is that no matter how much people listen to this, they don't fucking pick up on it.
They don't. No. They don't. It's 5 years. 5 years it's been running, yet still some cunts are doing it next year.
Yeah, but we were those cunts last year that everyone else was mocking because we were doing it. So yeah.
For some people, you do it because you get yourself into the position where you need to clear that file away. So what you should be learning from the experience is, I'm never going to get myself in that position ever again.
Yeah, that's exactly that. Yeah,
it won't happen.
Yeah. Just get yourself a calculator, look at that pile, and add up how much it cost you.
Yeah,
and it's like all those things that people say about smoking. That doesn't work. You know, we could have other things to do.
If all of you had placed the name of the one person who you thought would have been most likely to buckle, cheat, quit into a sealed envelope at the start of the year and opened it on this show, who would each of you have chosen, and would you still agree with that choice now?
Oh wow!
Now
I'll answer this first because I got ribbed for the first time of answering this.
That's
on a serious
picked
side.
Me.
But that was because I was forced to do one.
Exactly.
If I was seriously going to do it, I don't think any of us would have failed.
No.
But I don't think I would have changed that opinion.
I think...
Because we're all sort of clearly... We have our own obsessions with certain games that we had that I don't think any of us would have failed. That's my way.
I mean, I think, like we alluded to earlier, I think the bar was set extremely high by year 4. So it was a case of we cannot fail. It was kind of the attitude that we came in with, to be honest. So, I mean, again, like you say, Trev, I picked because I was forced, and my hand was forced, and I had to turn around and say, I will pick this person. Who would have each of you chosen? I honestly, from the start of the year through, I didn't think any of us were going to actually fail. I just had to pick by default because I had to pick somebody. So I wasn't under any illusions that we wouldn't be successful. I'd have been surprised if any of us had failed, to be honest.
Yeah, for me, it was the only person I would have picked to fail would have been myself, really. That's only because, I had a stage very, very early within the year of having very little confidence in myself, maintaining the full 12 months. But we're all here, we've all done it.
That's it.
So, pat on the back.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm the same as you, Linton. It's slightly different reasons. I would have thought, in all honesty, I would never have said it at the time. I would have thought it would have been myself that would have failed. And that is because I advertised this. No, I'm not saying advertised. I did mention this a year or so ago. I have been suffering long-term depression, and it's been a struggle. To be honest, it's more my mentality and my confidence in myself. This time last year, I was feeling very bad about myself, even though it probably doesn't show it on the shows. Didn't have very much confidence in myself and in things in general, and I didn't think at the time I would have been able to make it to this point and not have buckled, because it would have just been a case of fuck it, I don't really care. It was more not about the challenge, but more about life in general. Just like fuck it, I don't care about MLG, I don't care about the people I'm socialising with. I just need to concentrate on myself, and I'm actually quite happy that we've all got to the stage where we've been stubborn bastards about it. We've just seen last year's lot and just gone, fuck it, we cannot buckle.
Yeah.
I think the one comment I remember saying in an early show is I didn't want this year to be have an amiibo gate kind of thing. I think it was our very first show, because I remember when we did our pilot, me and you, and it was agreed with Linton that, sorry, when I say me and you, it's me and you, Derek, that if there was any kind of collector's editions that came out this year, they would be kind of a pass. And we kind of all agreed on our pilot show that, because it was more of a collector's thing rather than a gaming thing, that would kind
You
of
weren't buying it for the game, were you?
We weren't buying it for the collector's thing.
Yeah.
And I think we got a bit of flack.
We got quite a bit of flack over that.
Understandably, I see it now. It's understandably. We've gone through this year, and that it's fine. I'll no grudges to it, and I think we made the right decision to go balls deep on it.
Yeah.
It has fundamentally got us into the right mindset for it, and if we hadn't taken that decision, me and Derek, I think it could potentially, one of us could have fluffed it this year.
Yeah.
But
I just can't believe that anyone would have thought I was a stubborn cunt.
oh, we're all stubborn cunts. We know you're a
No,
stubborn
I
bastard.
just can't think that people would meet me and think I was a stubborn guy that
No.
would just dig his heels in and not fucking do anything.
Never.
I'm
Never,
amenable,
Trevor.
not a stubborn person.
Never.
No, I don't think. I think from talking to EGX, I think that after the gauntlet had been laid down by Jace, because there's no fucking way I was going to let that cunt beat me, to think that any of us would have busted it. And I know we were forced into making snap decisions at the start of who would fail, but I think deep down, none of us thought any of us would fail.
Yeah.
Because we all have our little genres that we could always go back into. We know mine. That
What's
it
yours,
was just. I play a little known game by Bethesda called Fallout 4. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I've never heard of it, Trevor. Would you care to
And
elaborate?
you know what?
Tell us
And you know
more,
what?
Jeff.
And deep in my heart, I will know. I'll be still fucking playing that game this time next year when it comes to Christmas 2018. I'll be going, what the fuck is Cosworth, you cunt? But I don't think any of us. I never really thought any of us would fail. We were just forced into making that dumbass fucking call at the start.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, it's a shit question. We all know each other. Do you think we've drank with each other? If you haven't drank with me, then you fucking can't think that I would enter into something with a bunch of guys who can't drink with me and still not do a challenge.
To be honest, I think we've done rather well. I'm quite pleased with the way we've come out of the challenge. Yes, there's still 2 weeks to go. We could still fuck it up, but are we really going to be?
No.
What, in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
You couldn't even get it delivered in 2 weeks, mate.
You could do. I've just found out that Amazon will deliver same day to me. Fucking awesome. It's Edinburgh. I'd never noticed that before. Amazon will deliver in the same day if I ordered something. Because the whole Black Friday thing, I was just like, oh, how much does the fucking Crash Bandicoot cost on Black Friday? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, you can get it delivered in the evening. No. So, yeah.
You talk about Amazon. I've got a pig's leg sitting next to me. I'll show you, mate.
What, you got a pig's leg delivered from fucking Amazon?
What the fuck?
That's not a pig's leg. That's not.
Why is it... Trevor, why is it wearing
what now?
fishnets?
That's what I was going to say. Why is the fishnet
Because
stockings
this
on
is
that
how
fucking
good.
leg?
This is how good pig's leg is delivered. Amazon have lost this So I have another one coming because now I have, or maybe you should cut this out. I have 2 pig's legs coming. It's Ireland. My wife doesn't understand what this is for.
Trev,
I mean,
is this like
pig's
one
leg.
of those subscription services? It's just like over the series of weeks you build up the model of the Royal Yacht Britannia. You've got little bits of pig.
Yeah, I'm
building
a
pig
pig
model
in the
your
house.
front room.
And I decided, I said, can I have it in fishnet stockings? I play a game called Cinema Kagura.
Is next week's the high
I
heels coming?
can only make pig's legs with fishnet stockings on. So anyway, I just dropped that there. That's a pig's leg dropping. So they lost that.
Is that you tenderising the meat, just throwing it on the floor? It's just like, fuck it.
No, that's 18 months old pig, dry cured.
All right, okay.
The wife said, "Do we cook it?" I went, "No, it's been dry cured." She doesn't understand
So it's
how
basically
to cook
it's
that.
just like a ham.
Yeah. It's a ham.
Should we move on? Question. Is there
Yeah.
another question?
Oh,
let's move
we've
on.
still got several more questions. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we do.
Several more.
So let's move on to this one here. If you nominate anyone, no year 6 people, who do you think would benefit and who would they be?
Ollie.
Yes.
I want Ollie to do the year of
want
shame,
Ollie to do it.
and I want to sit there on Twitter all fucking day going, "What have you been doing now? When are you recording? You haven't recorded in the last 6 seconds." Yeah, Ollie.
Yeah, Ollie needs to do it. I know he won't, but Mr.
No,
Mueller.
because I'm just playing Game of Tanks, yeah? This is what I'm doing. I am just invading Poland again this afternoon. Yeah. Ollie. I want to see Ollie stump up put his German balls on the fucking desk and say, "I've moaned about these guys for the last 6 years or whatever it is. I'm going to do the year of shame." He won't.
See, I'm actually going to take a different tack out. I'm going to say somebody else, and that would be someone that has ridiculed the year of shame as a foolish endeavour, year in, year out. But I know how bad he is at picking up everything that comes out. It's Monkey Matt Jones.
Oh, he'll never fucking do it.
That's not the question, though. The question is, if you could nominate anybody who you think would benefit, who would they be? And I think Matt could benefit from it, from the same way that I've benefited from it, because Matt is the same as myself, or how I was last year. He picks up everything. Everything hypes, he picks up.
He's a technophile, though. He is a genuine technophile.
Yeah, but the point of the question though is, who do you think would benefit? And I think that this would benefit him. I think doing the year of shame would benefit him because he does tend to jump in on everything. The amount of money he must spend on games is equivalent to what I must have been spending on games, and I know how foolhardy that has been because I know how much I've saved over the last year. So yeah, I think my personal vote would go for Matt Jones. Because I think it could benefit him.
I would second that for Matt Jones after the Whamageddon fucking.
Oh yeah, he's got to be called out for that.
That
That
motherfucker needs to suffer.
I have to
for
say
a year.
that was fucking awesome.
I have to admit that was genius, Matt. If you're listening to the show, that was genius.
It fucking was. I had escaped it for and I even listened to it. PS what. This new play, and then it started. I thought, "You cunt, you evil."
That was
cunt.
clever.
Why would you even do that?
He
gets a slap in the back of the head at EGX.
Because I'm guessing he got knocked out within the first day. I think that's why he did it. He wanted everyone else to suffer.
Everyone with him.
Exactly, that's it. It's a scattergun effect, you know. So
he deserves to suffer now.
To be honest, my vote. And I will go on air saying this. If Ollie steps up to the mark for 2019, I will join you for another year.
Oh, wow.
No, because I tell you what Ollie's going to do. All Ollie's going to do is play World of Tanks.
It doesn't matter. If Ollie decides to go for 2019, this is the challenge for you, Mr. Mueller, from Ollie from Germany. If you will do Year of Shame 7 in 2019, I will do it with you. Because what this year has shown me is I can get over the hype stuff. and I've got plenty of backlog, so I would do it.
And we'll guest on the show every so often.
You can guest on the show, but I would.
Das Flugzeug des Landet gerade. I can speak a little bit of German.
But I think that
Not
would.
much.
If Ollie's up for it, I'd do it again. But I'd do the same year as Ollie.
He won't.
He won't do, which means I'm never going to do it.
He won't.
Yay.
He won't because the Germans just take easy targets. I mean, no German's going to take that challenge. They're just rubbish.
No, he's going to accuse us of going, it's Brexit. Your thing
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah.
So,
He won't be able to do it with you because you weren't part of the European Union. He'll find some other
He'll find an
excuse.
excuse.
Ollie's just rubbish.
So,
He just likes to snipe from the corners.
But I don't know. The only reason I would say Ollie, though, is because he has been the adjudicator for all 5 years. He has been the one that's trolled everyone, and I think he needs a taste of his own medicine.
who watches The Watchmen?
Yep. He needs to know what it's
do
like
you know
before
what?
he can...
I would be part of the community, not part of the show. I would trot along with that just to see him do it.
Yep. So there you go, Ollie.
There's a challenge.
That's your challenge.
The Irish and the English are giving you a challenge.
Can you top that then, Linton? Anyone you think that could benefit from the Year of Shame challenge?
Well, I feel like I should say Ollie now, but I'd actually like to see Darren Baldock have a go.
Another one who's never going to fucking do
I know he's never going to do it, but I can only imagine what his pile is like.
Yeah.
Because I know what he's like. Because he goes absolutely balls deep, full throttle into anything that he gets into, doesn't he? Yeah. And
yeah, but he'll play the. It's a board game. It's not a video game.
Yes, but
I'm buying analog games.
Trust me, I can only imagine what his Steam pile is like.
Yeah, no, very much so, especially on Steam, because I know Darren was quite the connoisseur of the old Steam sales. And I have partaken as well. That's why my pile of shame list does not include my PC list, because then it'd be twice as long. Because I was just as bad.
I don't think you can have a conversation with Darren without him saying, "Oh yes, I've got that game. It's still sealed on my shelf."
Yeah. I mean, you just have to look back. What was it, 3-4 years ago when we did the challenge, the gaming marathon? Remember?
Yeah.
And I did Lost Odyssey, which was the Xbox 360 Japanese RPG.
Yeah, 4 discs.
Yeah, the 4-disc RPG. And I did that over the course of like 5 days. Just blitzed through it. And that was off the back of conversations that Darren had about the fact that he still had it sealed. And it's still not been touched to this day. So you're looking at like 7 years he's had that game and he's never broken a seal on it. So yeah, I think Darren will probably have quite an extensive back catalogue of games that he would be able to tap into. So.
That'd be actually quite good. 2019, Ollie, Darren. Right,
oh, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would be interesting.
We could add column into it as well, because it'd be the third time some guy fucking failed to do it.
Setting a record.
But I could just fucking bullshit him all the time.
See how quickly he fails. It'd be like within January 1st.
Oh, it's an amiibo!
January 5th, he's failed it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So that just leaves us with the one question left that's put to us by Adi from last year. So, what game has been your surprise of the year from your pile? So I'll put this out to Linton first.
Oh, I haven't played any games this year.
So
I literally can't answer that question. No, okay, right. Can you answer someone else?
Yeah,
answer
I'll
think about what I've actually played.
Right, okay. So I'll put it across to Trev. Trev, what has been your surprise game of the year? What game that you didn't think you would ever get around to playing, but you actually enjoyed?
I thought about this question because I did see it. I thought Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. I did like it until the ending, and I thought,
which ending?
Fuck
Did you
this.
get the true ending, or was it the fake ending?
I did it. I don't know what fucking ending I got. Stop fucking confusing me. I think I got 3 endings. I'm not sure what
You got
endings I got.
ending.
I definitely got some endings, and then I had to go and Google them and look on YouTube. I did like that game because it appealed to me with the stealth bits that I could do, but I think Metal Gear Solid.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout. What about you, Steve-O? What's the game that surprised you the most?
Rebel Galaxy. Rebel Galaxy?
Yeah.
I'd put that off. I remember Mantis Matt spraffing about it on an MLG show middle of last year, maybe 2 years ago. And I'd put it on a notebook that if it hit a certain price, I'd buy it. And then it came up on PS Plus, and I picked it up, and I tried it, and the very first time it came around, and didn't like it. And then about the same time as you on the Year of Shame, we both started playing it quite religiously, and something just clicked, and I fucking loved it. Unlike you, I didn't like the soundtrack, but I loved the gameplay. And I think Rebel Galaxy was actually really good. I enjoyed that, but there's a couple of others.
I wish you'd picked one of them, because Rebel Galaxy was my choice, and that's kind of done in now.
Fucking Rebel Galaxy. Skyforce Anniversary, that was another one. It's just, I wouldn't say it was on my pile of shame at the beginning of the year, but it came in on PS Plus, and it was one of those games that you think, give it a quick try, and then you just get hooked on it. Fucking awesome. The only other one that's been sitting on my pile and I just keep dipping in and dipping out of was Blood Bowl 2. And I went balls deep on it this year. I've played a fucking shitload of Blood Bowl 2. I've never really mentioned it on the show, but it's kind of like a Diablo 3. It's just when I've been in the funk, I'll go back and I'll play a couple of games on that.
Well, the only game that surprised me at all this year was Rebel Galaxy.
It's good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect it to be good. That's kind of the point. Is I didn't expect it to actually be enjoyable, but the whole idea, the combat, the music, the atmosphere, the way it played, I just loved every moment of it. So yeah, that was my surprise hit of my pile of shame.
I will admit this, Derek. It's being superficial. It's like one of those things you don't judge a book by its cover. When you look at Rebel Galaxy on the store, and you look at some of the screenshots, it looks fucking shit.
Yeah.
It looks really poorly made, poor graphics and all that kind of thing. But you play it, it's actually fucking addictive. It really is addictive.
It has got really good hooks to it. The combat is thoroughly enjoyable, even though it's like two-dimensional. It's just such a pleasure to play. So yeah, that was the only real surprise for me. Everything else, I mean, I could name half a dozen games that I enjoyed, but I knew they were good, or I knew they were going to be good.
Yeah.
So stuff like Broforce and things like The Witcher 3 and all this stuff that I've finished off, Watch Dogs 2, stuff that I've finished this year. There's a lot of really good games, but I knew they were going to be good games. The Rebel Galaxy is the only one that I didn't know if it was going to be good or not, but it ended up just sinking hour upon hour into it. Yeah. I literally played it to death. I didn't get all the trophies because I couldn't be arsed with that fucking random
exactly
one.
The same as you. Me and you were at the same stage. It was that Pirate Lords thing. We just couldn't be arsed trying to find the Pirate Lords. It's that the two trophies. Pirate Lords and then the Platinum for getting the Pirate Lord.
Yeah.
So,
And I gave up. So yeah. So we'll come back to Linton now. You've had a bit of time to consider your options. Yeah. So do you have a game that surprised you this year?
The only game I can think of throughout this year that has surprised me, but not for a positive reason, is XCOM 2. It surprised me at how disappointed I was with it.
Really?
I'm a huge fan of XCOM.
I'm sorry, I need to come off this call now.
I am in love with XCOM. And XCOM 2...
Have you played XCOM 2? Was that released this year?
No, it was last year.
It was released last year.
But you bought it before the challenge?
Yeah. I had it for Christmas last year.
No, that's okay.
On console, the load times are just excruciating.
That's true.
I couldn't deal with it. It was unplayable for me. That's all I can think of. Sorry.
That's quite right. Yeah, no.
Can we edit the XCOM 2 bit out?
I'm just going to put.
Just keep Linton's bit. I don't have a game. How can you can't disagree with XCOM?
I love XCOM. I love XCOM.
XCOM 2 is great.
That's all you're going to hear. Is just what was your game of the year that surprised you? And I'm just going to have Linton going, I love XCOM. That's it.
You compare XCOM 2 to Enemy Within, and for me, there's no comparison. Enemy Within wins hands down.
That's interesting. I don't know if I ever noticed that, because I do love XCOM. I even had it on the iPad.
I can't comment on XCOM 2
although,
on the PC, but
yeah.
I can comment on the console, and it was excruciating. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I did experience the load times, and to be honest, because it's XCOM, I kind of put up with it. It was one of those things, you know, because Enemy Unknown and Enemy Within were fucking. It just hit the right feeling. It got the pacing right. It got the gameplay right, and I felt they did justice to the original game. And I remember playing it. I'm sure it was yourself as well, and Steve. We played it at the booths at Eurogamer. 4 years ago, something like that.
What was this?
Oh, I can't remember how long ago it was, but they had it playable on the booths. And I think there was at least half a dozen of us all went, shit, we've got to buy this game when it comes out. We all went across to the booths, the game booths that were there at the time, and pre-ordered it at the time because it just sunk its hooks in so well. And I enjoyed XCOM 2. It was a lot of fun. I did enjoy it, and it moved on from what the first XCOM did, and it took a different approach, which I enjoyed. But I know what you mean about the load times. They can be quite painful, and I think I kind of overlooked them purely through my love of the genre and the game itself.
Yeah, I couldn't. It just didn't hit the same notes for me, unfortunately.
But I think that's the thing we all do, because I'm in some forums for another game I play where people get blue screens of death, and I've literally seen guys go, yeah, it's a Bethesda game. You always get that. Just reload it and start again. But it's the thing that, I'll put up with that. And I've seen the frame rate go down and going, yeah, I know that. It's stuttering. We're going to stop. But I think sometimes you just put up with it. Because it's that thing you love, you just, I don't care. But someone else who doesn't play it a lot go, this game's shit. Have you seen how it plays? Going, no, it's great. Oh, I'll get used to it. Anyway, Stevie, you want to ask your last question before we will have to go to bed?
So, Steve, it's now all the questions are done, so it's over to you for your question.
Right, my question for all of us. We came into this year with definite goals. Our main goal was to not fuck it up, and we got set challenges. Have you achieved what you set out to do on this year of shame? And I'll look at you first, Derek.
Well, that's because it's an easy answer,
because we
isn't it?
know you have done.
Yeah. I've been keeping myself straight with the XL gods, so I know for a fact I hit my target, which was to complete or remove. Well, it was actually to complete. I think I said back in episode 1, but that was foolish. It was to complete 30% of the games that I have on my pile of shame, and that was I think that worked out as 140 games, something along those lines.
Yeah,
and I'm currently sitting at 411 games. No, that was my original starting number. 411. I've now got 103, so I've completed or removed 308 games over the course of the year.
That's quite an astounding feat, dude.
Yeah, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's quite a large selection of those. Are games I went, 20 minutes, this is shit, goodbye. You're never gracing my console again.
That's still 25 plus games a month.
Exactly. And I'm hoping, moving forward throughout the year, I'm going to take the same approach. So when the PS Plus stuff pumps out, I'll download all of them, and I'll boot each one of them up on the first night it's downloaded and give each of them 20 minutes, and if it doesn't gel with me in any way, shape or form, it's binned. Simple as that. It's obvious I don't have enough time to play all of them. Otherwise, how the hell did I get to 400 games in the first place? Because I don't have enough time to play them. So to keep myself from getting back in and falling back into the same routine and falling back into the same trap, I need to keep up maintain the attitudes that I've developed over the course of the year. It's like Alcoholics Anonymous, you know. It's like you've got to keep doing it.
Hi, my name is Derek.
It's been 4 months since my last purchase. Yeah, so exactly, it's you've got to. I'm going to have to keep on top of it to make sure that I don't fall back into the trap that I had before. And just buying into the hype and just buying the game for the sake of buying it.
What about you, Linton?
I'm trying to think about what my goal was, to be honest.
I think your goal was not to crack by being a new parent and to still actually be able to get some gaming time. I think that was your primary goal, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. If the goal was to make sure I maintain some time gaming, then I've really failed that. One of the main goals for me was to save money. I don't think I've done it. Mainly because I've bought a fair amount of trainers this year, and trainers are more expensive than games. So if I was to turn around now and look at all the boxes I've got behind me, then yeah, but it's not like I'm hard up from it. So I've just taken my disposable and spent it elsewhere. So I'm not unhappy about the challenge. I feel like I have completed it, and I feel like I have achieved something from it. So in that sense, goal has been obtained.
Yeah,
Good man. Good man. As for myself, I set myself, I'll admit now, unrealistic goals at the beginning of the year. I think I remember saying with it being the 30th anniversary of Final Fantasy, I'd try and do a Final Fantasy game a month. That went out the window straight away. It's not possible. Not fucking possible. I have completed a couple. I think my main goal was to stick to the one Joker, one gift, not buy anything else. I have maintained that. I'm happy with that. I've not knocked the 25% off my pile, which I set myself, but fuck it. I don't really care, to be honest.
have a New Year cleanse. Just go through it.
I will do. I think I'm going to do I'm going to do a mat on my collection and just happy with it. It's gone. What about you, Trevor?
Well, as the functional alcoholic with a damaged liver and kidney, I just didn't want to pay. I just didn't want to buy any more games. I didn't buy any new games. Didn't use a Joker. Didn't use a gift because my wife, as the PS4 widow, doesn't buy me any fucking shit anyway. The last thing she bought me was a frying pan, for fuck's sake. So no, seriously, I've got another frying pan coming for Christmas. It's a copper one. Don't ask me. It's just because I'm the one that cooks. But no, I think I cleared some games off. I did the same thing as Digi. I did the Matt Lord. I did the 20 minutes. This isn't for me. I mean, Bloodborne, not for me. Souls games, even though PSN gave me a free Souls game, I'll look at it for 5 minutes and go, still don't understand why people play this game. But no, I think I achieved my goal. You know, I know Digi likes his Fallout. He's playing The Witcher 3. You've actually now tempted me to pull The Witcher 3 out to see if I'll platinum that now.
There's still question marks on that map, isn't there? I bet there's question marks in Skellige that you need to go investigate.
We've already had that fucking discussion where I can see another question mark. I need to go see what's in. There's nothing here. It's just a fucking crate below this boat. Yeah. And I might have a look at that tomorrow.
Well,
fucking hell,
there is a large...
Because you platinumed it.
Yeah, there is a large update for it, because remember, they updated it for the PS4 Pro, so it's got a 4K texture pack. It's part of the download for it. So.
I can see the veins bulging on Trev's forehead.
I can't arrive...
He's going to platinum it before me?
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe anyone would do this thing where I've got Fallout, I need to platinum before something else.
I would never do that.
Go fuck yourself. I had to go on holiday to the Philippines for a month. I just don't want to turn up at EGX next year. Well, did you sit there going, I platinum Witcher 3, Trevor, have you platinum it yet? Yeah, I have to platinum Witcher 3 next year now. Motherfucker. Because now you've fucking irritated me. Because he fucking does it to me. Oh, Fallout 4's come. Let's see who platinums it first. I went on holiday... And the missus could see me see me watching, she went, "Oh, motherfucker, what's happened?" I said, "Steve's Platinum Fallout 4. Fuck you. Stop smiling at me, you motherfucker."
So yes, that's us for the moment.
Yeah.
Would you like to do final?
The final outro. We don't even need to put
Yeah.
this out. That's the thing. We don't even need to say
There
if you
are-
want to get in touch with us
no.
because
No.
there's
There
no
are no
point.
domestics.
Yeah, there's no
We don't want to
domestics.
speak to you anymore.
Don't know fucking domestics. Go
We
fucking
don't want to be
yourself.
questions
We're going to
anymore.
come back in January.
done with yous.
and We're going to have our middle fingers up to everyone, going, "Fuck it, we're done. We're done. We are actually done." And I know you're hosting here, Lint, but okay, well that's it. That's us
That's
over.
fine.
I know.
We're
Just
done
it.
with.
Hey!
There are
You
no
do
domestics
not
anymore.
need to get in touch
That's
with us.
it. Exactly. 2017.
No, in
you can
January, I
suck my
was saying,
You
balls.
know what?
I've shot these many testicles off of Nazis.
If anybody does have a question, they can go onto Facebook and they can search for Euroshame 6 2018, or they can go onto Twitter, same sort of handle, YoS 6 challenge, YoS challenge 6, yeah,
Yeah,
One of
that's
them.
right.
It's one of
Yep.
those
Challenge
things,
6.
and fucking hammer those cunts.
Because we don't care anymore.
Yeah, Ollie, did you get that? We're no longer interested in Ollie's bullshit about anything. Go
So-
pick on someone else.
I would say goodbye, but we're going to be back in January, aren't we?
We are.
We'll do a
We'll
show.
have a follow-up.
There's going to be no schedule to it. We'll just turn up and we'll just talk shit for an hour.
Yeah, sounds
like we
good.
have done for the last 12
Just
years. 12 months.
rejoice in
rejoice.
Or maybe the year
ability to
6
spend
guys
money.
will invite us onto their show.
All I'm going to say is, before we sign off, it's been a pleasure this year, dudes. It's been a shit year, but I've fucking enjoyed it. I have actually enjoyed recording with you when you've turned up, Linton. Oh, it's understandable. There's no grudges held there. It's been understandable, dude. So it's all okay. It's all groovy. It has actually been a good year, and I've really fucking enjoyed doing the recording. And I've never
Yeah,
done
me
this
too.
kind of thing before. And congratulations to you all. I raise my glass.
Yeah.
My glass is empty, but yeah, I do. I doff my cap.
And the last thing I will say is fuck year of shame.